them. I've been meaning to get a turkey with that bow ever since I bought it.
Well, before we get started with today's episode, we're going to do a quick recap of what we did on 3 Buck Hill and Dad's week on Whitetail Ridge. It was, I don't know, the beginning part of the week he killed that doe, and we had 4 days left to hunt, and we didn't see the peekaboo buck until the very last morning. Dad had told me, why don't you go up hit that power line spot? There's a good chance that he might be coming out of there. And the wind just wasn't perfect. It was a marginal wind, so I decided to sit somewhere else. And wouldn't you know it, 7:40, peekaboo buck comes right through on the trail camera.
Ain't that the way it goes?
It is, you know. If I would have sat there, maybe he would have came out, maybe not. But it just goes to show you, if someone gives you information, you should probably listen sometimes.
Yeah. And again, if the landowner happens to be watching there, we really appreciate you letting us hunt that piece there. And thanks.
Definitely. Really appreciate it.
So anyway,
how'd you do on whitetail?
This Whitetail Ridge is another property that I hunted last year. And last year, I've got like a half a dozen stands in there, and I see deer on almost every one of them and saw multiple deer on each stand. This year, I hunted the whole week, the whole 6 days on that property, bouncing from stand to stand, going down through the property, and got nothing. Zero.
Yeah,
I did get some nice squirrel footage though.
Yeah.
And that's why we didn't put that video out. We don't want to bore you too awful much.
It's amazing at the difference in the deer activity, huh?
Yeah. And last year I hunted it, I don't know, the second and third week from middle of November into December. And that may be the difference. The deer might not move in there until after November, but and like you said, he was talking earlier there that it might have something to do with the drought. But anyway, there's no deer. There is a few deer, but not very many deer. And I wasted the whole week in there. So
I don't know if it's really a waste, as more knowledge for next year.
Yeah.
Maybe we don't mess with that until November if we find out that the deer pile right in there.
Yeah. So anyway, let's get on to this week's video there, and we have a little bit more action this week anyway.
Hopefully.
That's right. I'm putting a little addition on the shooting shack. Can't shoot out of it with a bow the way it was before, so I'm going to fix that. Just got the roof to put on, and one more piece of plywood, and I'll be done. We'll be hunting tonight.
As you can see, I've got the shooting shack all done. I've got plenty of room to draw back now. I'll tell you, we have just had the worst luck here the last couple of weeks here. We haven't seen anything. Well, I take it back. Eric did see a small buck there, I don't know, 3 or 4 days ago. But, places that, I saw deer last year without any problem. This year, just aren't doing anything. So, I saw those turkeys out here this morning, and I decided I'd come sit up in the shooting shack tonight and maybe get a chance to take one of them. I've been meaning to get a turkey with that bow ever since I bought it, and it's way overdue. There are some does in the field here in the evenings usually, and there is a couple of bucks around there, but I don't really expect too awful much out of them until the rut comes along. So anyway, we're just going to kick back here and relax and enjoy the evening and see what comes out.
Well, that was kind of cool. Would have liked to have seen the turkeys, but at least we see some deer anyway. I'm going to go right back in there in the morning, and hopefully them turkeys will come back out in the morning.
So we're back in the shooting shack this morning, hoping them turkeys come out. I don't know if they will or not. Sometimes they stick around for a few days, sometimes they show up for a day and then leave, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. And there's always that chance that that occasional buck will slide through here. But we're mainly looking for them turkeys. I don't know if I mentioned it yesterday or not. This is a no-doe zone. So those does eventually did get within, I don't know, 25, 30 yards of me. But they're off limits. So flew it over my head. Couldn't see him at all. Well, the turkeys are a no-show this morning. No deer for that matter. I'll be keeping a watch out. They'll be back, and I'll be waiting for them. So I'm back in the shooting shack this morning. It's Saturday, I think like the October 24th. And it's a good morning to be in the shooting shack. Light drizzly rain, and it won't be dry. It's also good because them turkeys might want to get out of the rain there, out from underneath them trees and come out in the field. Be a bit surprised if deer don't show up too. We'll just see what happens. So, it's Saturday afternoon, and I see them turkeys out here, and I took my time and I snuck up into the shooting shack. Now, will they let me get close enough to, well, are they going to get close enough to me, more like. Probably going to leave the field, but they might come back a little later on. So it's about 2:30, quarter to 3. And I was planning on coming out here this afternoon anyway, but so I looked out the window there, and there the turkeys were. So I rushed around and got my stuff ready, and I tried to sneak down here. I'm sure that they didn't see me, but they've already worked down towards the back end of the field and went down over that knob, so I can't see whether they're still in the field or if they left town. If they didn't see me, I'm pretty sure. Question is whether or not they're going to come back up to this end of the field, so I've got a chance to shoot. Guess we're going to find out. There's a bald eagle right there. Temperature's starting to drop pretty hard there. Tomorrow the highs are only supposed to be in the 40s. That ought to get them deer moving this evening, and the wind's starting to calm down now too, so maybe, hopefully these turkeys are gonna swing back around, come through here again before the night's over. Time will tell, I guess. He's about 200 yards away there, that's why it's so fuzzy. Looks like he's got himself a bird. Maybe one of those ducks that I saw earlier. Well, no turkeys again tonight. No deer either. Seeing that eagle was kind of cool. I'm sure the footage isn't going to be great there because I had to zoom it in so much. First, I thought it was a duck there that he'd caught there, but I think it might have been a fish. I'll have to look at the video, but anyway, that was pretty cool. But it's a good sign. At least the turkeys came back anyway. Maybe next week.